So today's plan was to go over some upcoming changes we spoke about recently regarding the Equinix configured to self-configured migration that's coming up here at Equinix, and all the questions that someone might have in regards to that. But before we get much further, for any of the folks out there who may not be aware, what are we talking about exactly when we say Equinix configured to self-configured?
So we've had two flavors of deploying network edge devices, right? We have the Equinix configured option, which is the one that we're going to be discussing today. And then we have a self-configured option. And then really the two biggest differences between the two are the Equinix configured option put up effectively some guardrails. So for users that maybe weren't as technically experienced or sophisticated in their deployments, and we took away some of their control and flexibility. And then what's happened over time is, as our customer base has become significantly larger in terms of the size of the customer consuming network edge, they tend to be deploying self-configured. Why is that? Because it's wide open. They can pretty much do whatever they want. We spin up a virtual device and then turn it over to them. In fact, we have now options where we give all the interfaces, like we don't consume any interfaces as we've done over the years. So we have those options only for self-configured. So Equinix configured is somewhat a little bit just dated, and it was time to sort of refocus on moving forward with self-configured.
So just to clarify, we aren't spinning down those Equinix configured devices, and support for them is still there today, but after this migration, that support will no longer be there. And so it sounds like this is really all about encouraging customers to move away from those devices and toward a self-configured deployment. Is that correct?
Spot on.
And what sort of pricing differences can I expect to see? Are there any avenues to be grandfathered into my existing pricing scheme? Any discounts? Would you mind walking me through what that might look like?
Yeah, a really good question. So in our documentation, we provide links to all of the vendor licensing docs, and we encourage customers to reach out to their vendors' sales teams with any questions.
Well, now that I think we have a better understanding of what this migration is all about, let's talk about the when and how I, as a customer that is, ought to prepare accordingly.
Absolutely. And this is very relevant, as there's still a significant number of Equinix configured devices, mostly Cisco CSRs, Cloud Services Router, their virtual router, deployed worldwide on network edge. Cisco announced the end of sale of the CSR in December of 2022. And ask us really to begin migrating customers off the CSR and on to the replacement, or the big brother as we tend to call it, the Cisco 8000V. These changes will come into effect this year at the end of June 2024, and we're encouraging customers to start thinking about this now. We'll continue to allow customers that have a term-based license to use their CSRs with full support from Equinix to the end of the term. However, we will not allow them to renew on the CSR platform because, again, Cisco has moved away from this platform. They want to get people off the old platform onto the 8000V. So we're not going to allow folks to renew. We've also added a tool that will assist customers who require assistance converting their CSR configuration to an 8000V configuration. The two configurations will be very similar. They both run Cisco IOS XE, but there are some nuances. And really what it comes down to is the 8000V has all the capabilities of a CSR for the most part and more. So our migration tool will allow a customer to put in a existing CSR config, and it will spit out a 8000V config that they can use. So we've also enabled subscription-based licensing for Cisco devices. And this is a big thing. This went into production in our December 2023 release. We've had subscription-based licensing for a long time with the CSR. So it was a big deal to get subscription-based licensing for the 8000V. I know a lot of our sellers are very happy about this. So now the reason that that's relevant is that customers who were maybe on a subscription-based licensing, and subscription means that they're buying it through Equinix or buying the Cisco or the vendor license in this case from Cisco through Equinix. Okay. We also have the BYOL option for all vendors. Okay. They can bring their own license. Okay. So some customers maybe have with Cisco, they might have an enterprise licensing agreement. And they say, no, we don't want to buy a license for Cisco through you guys. We already have the license. So we're trying to provide a lot of flexibility. The reason this is important to note is because, again, many customers want to buy their licensing through us. And this is the December release only enabled this for the Cisco 8000V for subscription-based licensing, the Cisco 8000V in autonomous mode, to be more specific.
Now, I suppose the last real questions I have pertain more to the how piece here, that being how and where in the portal should I head to go and make these changes and preparations. What do you say we take a look at that together in a follow-on installment?
That sounds like a really good idea.
Great. Well, thank you again for joining us, Mason.
My pleasure. Glad I could help.
For more information on this upcoming migration, please click the link down below in the description. And next time, we'll follow up with a demonstration of how to migrate and prepare accordingly for these upcoming changes. Until then, as always, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.